This video will guide you through the process of filling out the Canadian Customs Invoice Form CC1 correctly and allow for speedy and problem-free transfer of your goods across the border into Canada. Wilson has supplied this form in PDF format, so it's best opened in Adobe Acrobat Reader, which is available in both PC and Macintosh formats. Field 1 is the vendor name and address. This is the legal name and address of the exporter, including the country the exporter resides. Field 2 is the date of direct shipment to Canada. Here you need to indicate the date on which the goods began their delivery to Canada. Box 3, Other References, is optional. Here you can include any useful reference such as the number of the commercial invoice or purchase order. Inclusion of optional information can help speed items through the border process. In Field 4, you need to indicate the consignee. This is the person or company to which the goods are shipped. This is the final destination. It could be a customer or a vendor. Field 5 is the purchaser's name and address. This box exists in instances where the destination of the goods is not the purchaser of the goods. This is the purchaser's name and address to whom the goods are sold. If the consignee and purchaser are the same, then you can indicate the same name and in brackets just indicate same address as in box 4. You will see a box under Field 4 that is used to indicate whether the parties to this transaction are related or not. For example, the purchaser and consignee are owned or partly owned by the same company. Please check the appropriate box. Box 6 is the country of transshipment. This is a country, if any, through which goods were shipped in transit under customs control to Canada. Enter the country. If the answer is none, indicate so. Next is where the goods come from. In Field 7, enter where the goods were grown, manufactured, or produced. This means where the item was substantially transformed to their present form to export to Canada. An important note here is for goods covered by NAFTA. There are special rules. So in that case, you indicate the country of origin according to NAFTA guidelines. There is also a special note here if the items have multiple origins. You have that opportunity in Box 12 to indicate the various origins per item. In that case, write multiple, see Box 12. Box 8 is about transportation. State the mode of transportation used and the city and country which the goods began their uninterrupted journey to Canada. Conditions of sale and terms of payment. In Field 9, you need to indicate the conditions of sale. You can use abbreviations, for example, free on board, FOB is acceptable, and the terms of payment. In Box 10, indicate the currency in which the vendor's demand for payment is made. Fields 11 through 17 are an itemization of the individual goods in the shipment. If you have an attached commercial invoice, you can check the box in Field 18 and write the commercial invoice number in the space provided. Make sure the invoice contains all the information the customs form is asking for. If not, then indicate the missing information on the form. For example, if the goods have multiple countries of origin, you would need to indicate that in addition to your attached invoice. If there is not an attached commercial invoice, itemize the goods in the spaces provided. If needed, you can attach additional forms. Use the page number box in the top right corner to keep the pages in order. To itemize your products, you start with Box 11. This is the number of individual packages, pieces, or bundles covered by the invoice. In Field 12, you show the kind of packages, examples cases or cartons, and descriptive markings and numbers on the packages. A general description of the goods must be shown, along with the commercial description. Also state if the item is used, obsolete, discontinued, closed out, job lots, remnants, or other than prime quality, as that affects the value of the item. You are stating the quantity in Field 13 with the appropriate unit of measure for each item of description. Box 14 is the unit price, to be indicated in the currency of settlement for each item. This is the type of money the goods were originally purchased in. Number 15 is the total for each description, so multiply the quantity, box 13, by the unit price, box 14, to get the total. In field 16, indicate the net weight, or the combined weight of individual items before packaging, and the gross weight for all the combined items, including packaging. If you have additional pages, include all items in your calculations. Box 17 is the total price paid, or payable for the goods described on the invoice on any continuation pages. This is the addition of all totals from each line of description from box 15. As stated earlier, if you have an attached invoice with all the necessary information, you can indicate the invoice number in box 18 and check the indicator box. In this case, you can leave boxes 11 through 15 blank. Field 19 is the exporter's name and address. It's only necessary to fill out this field if the exporter is not the vendor named in Field 1. If not, you need to put the exporter's name and complete address, including country. The originator in box 20 refers to the person in charge in the vendor's organization who has full knowledge of the facts concerning the export. In the Departmental Ruling, Field 21, this is in regards to any ruling by Canada Customs applicable to the shipment. This is relevant to any goods that fall under specific tariff or trade agreements. Now you have successfully completed the Canadian Customs Invoice, Form CC1.